Ubizo Lungibize engalweni Ngiyokhalela bani nayi iphimbo lami liphindaphinde entabeni Ngithi inyawo zami ngibeleze kulomhlaba nemsini Ngifunana noxolo engalweni Kukhalisa maye emzini kaMkhulu umkhondolo usekhaya.
Sawubona to you, sawubona to yours, from one great spirit to another. Igama lami uThulani Malevu. Welcome to Ubizo. Long before ballots and parliaments, before treaties and taxes, we had kingdoms, not ruled by greed, but guided by principle. We do not have governments, we had guardianships. This episode is not about nostalgia, it is about restoration. Because a nation without spiritual order is a body without breath. In the beginning, leadership was not political, it was cosmic. The king or queen was not a ruler, but a custodian, chosen not for wealth, but for balance. In Kemet, the pharaoh was the Ka of Ra, the living bridge between heaven and earth. In the Zulu Empire, Umkhosi was sacred law, the season of harvest, renewal, and encounter with the ancestors. In Yoruba kingdoms, the Oba sat beneath the ancestral tree, not to command, but to listen. Leadership meant alignment with my art, truth, justice, harmony. When the ruler lost balance, famine came. When the ruler's heart was pure, the reins obeyed. That was governance by vibration, not decree. Inkosi yinkosi ngomthetho. The true king is the law made living. Then came empire. The first dethronement was spiritual. Missionaries told our kings that they were heathens. Traders told them that their crowns had a price. Governors told them sovereignty was granted, not inherent. The British, the French, the Portuguese, they all knew to break a people, dethrone their sacred custodians. And so chiefs became administrators, queens became subject, and the spirit of the throne was replaced with bureaucracy. We forgot that the palace was once a temple, that the throne was once an altar, that power was once prayer, and the land began to ache for its keepers. They took the scepter from the hand, but could not take the sun from the sky. They burned the shrines, but could not silence the wind that still whispers, remember who you are. After independence, they told us we were free. But look closely, our governments were born from colonial blueprints. We adopted their constitutions, their laws, their flags, their currencies, and wondered why still freedom feels foreign. Democracy, they said, means choice, but we were only allowed to choose within their designs. Two parties, same policies, different faces, same masters. We replaced the king who served the ancestors with presidents who serve corporations. The palace was not the problem. The corruption of purpose was. Inkosi engenamoya iba yisitha sabantu bayo. A leader without spirit becomes an enemy to their people. But the tide is turning. Across Alkebulan, the ancestors are reawakening their thrones, not as monarchies of gold, but as circles of wisdom. The Council of Elders is returning. The custodians of sacred sites are remembering their charge. The initiated healers are re-entering governance through community. We are realizing that the true nation is not drawn by borders. It is bound by frequency. The real capital of a people is their consciousness. Leadership must once again mean listening to the land, to the rhythm of rain, to the voice of the unborn. We are rebuilding kingdoms of domination. We are not rebuilding kingdoms of domination, rather, we are rebuilding domains of harmony. The new kingdom is not coming with armies. It is rising in the hearts of those who remember. This return is not about restoring thrones of privilege. It is about reawakening custodianship. The crown is now a consciousness. The scepter is truth. The throne is service. When the people begin to govern themselves through spirit, when each home becomes a temple of alignment, then the kingdom has already returned. True leadership is not inherited, it is invoked. It lives where humility meets responsibility. It speaks through the dreams of the righteous and acts through the hands of the willing. We must restore the council of Izinyanya, the living and the departed in dialogue again, not as superstition, but as the original constitution. Because before laws were written, truth was lived. Before borders were drawn, we belonged. And before we served kings, we served the Creator through creation. Ubukhosi busemandleni okuphulukisa, hayi okubusa. Leadership lies in the power to heal, not to rule. The call now is not political. It is ancestral. Every artist, every healer, every farmer, every child who asks why things are broken, you are part of this restoration. Rebuild the shrines, replant the sacred trees, relearn the names of your rivers, reclaim your rite of passage. When the spirit of governance returns to the community, when decision-making is rooted in ritual, when elders, healers, and youth deliberate together, then we are no longer voters. We are visionaries. Because a people who remember their divine order cannot be governed by foreign law. A people who restore their sacred rhythms cannot be colonized by calendars. The true parliament is the gathering of awakened soul. The true constitution is Ma'at, balance, reciprocity, truth. And the true development plan is harmony with all creation. We are the descendants of divine diplomacy, custodians of cosmic law. Our crowns were never stolen, only forgotten. But memory is stronger than empire, and remembrance is revolution. So when you hear the drums in the distance, no, it is not war you are hearing. It is the sound of the thrones awakening. The return of the kingdoms is not a prophecy. It is a process already underway, and it begins with you. Each time you choose integrity over influence, service over status, truth over tradition, you crown yourself anew. Because the spirit of Alkebulan's kingdoms never died. It simply waited for a generation brave enough to remember. And that generation is us. Until next time, okuhle, umusa, kanye nokukhanya ekuhambeni kwakho. Light, mercy, and blessings upon your journey. Ubizo, the call continues.